Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Cailin and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I've got an unboxing ceremony thing happening here, so I'll be going through two decks. One of them will be an oracle deck, which I'm going to start with, and the other one will be a tarot deck. This is not a paid partnership or paid promotion. I just love the decks and I wanted to invest in them. So this video is probably going to go for a little while. I'm going to take my time. I'm a Taurus. I don't like to rush things. Whoops. See? Not even ready. I don't like to rush things. And so this video is all about being nice and relaxed. So maybe you want to get a coffee or a tea or maybe something a little bit stronger if you feel like you need it just to unwind. And yeah, we're just going to have a bit of a chat and you guys can see how bloody excited I get when I open a new deck. So the first deck is by Christina Georgieva. Now, I already peeled the edges back here. I actually started filming this video and forgot to press the record button. But I promise I have not opened it. So this deck, as soon as I saw it, I was like, I need this. I need this deck in my life. Thank you so much, Christina. I emailed Christina and I told her that I was going to do an unboxing ceremony, and she said that she's subscribed to the channel. So hi, Christina. Wow, I love it already. So it's such a cute little, it's like a mini oracle deck. I actually love the size. I was playing Uno yesterday with my husband. I won one round and I lost 4 games. That was a difficult pill to swallow. But anyway, I'm mentioning it because this is about the size of an Uno deck, okay? These cards are just beautiful. I'm going to go and do like a walkthrough one by one so that you can see them. So we've got Temptation, the beautiful apple here. Sorry about the light ring. Hopefully that's not annoying. This says Impulse and Betrayal. Pleasure, beautiful lollipop. I just had a lollipop the other day for the first time in years, and it was a Chopper Chop. This says enjoyment, sensuality, and physicality. So I'm going to tell you a little lollipop story just so you can see what I was like as a child. I went to the shops with my dad when I was about 5 years old, and he got me a Chopper Chop. So he, paid for he paid for whatever other groceries we got, but he forgot to scan my Chopper Chop lollipop. And I was like, no, we have to go back. We have to pay for it. And he's like, it was an accident. Sorry, I'm just like throwing my dad under the bus. It was like 50 cents or maybe even 25 cents back then. But yeah, I was 5 years old and I made him go back and pay for my Chopper Chop, my strawberry Chopper Chop. Wow. So this says past. Emotional baggage, forgive and move on. I really hope these are coming through on the camera. I'm kind of feeling like they might not be. I'm sorry about that. I didn't really think that my camera would be struggling here with the light ring. Maybe I'll just show you a couple more and then I'm going to move on to the tarot deck. I'm going to quickly go through and pick my favorites. There was a snail one here, which I absolutely loved. Okay, love the butterfly. These are just beautiful. Okay, I love joy. Ooh, okay. All right, I'm going to show you a couple of these ones here. So we've got love. This is just absolutely beautiful. We've got joy with a lovely little balloon there. And transformation. It's like a psychedelic butterfly. These are just, wow. Thank you so much, Christina, for creating this beautiful deck. I can't wait to use these and integrate them into my tarot reading collection. I'm going to quickly try to find that. I found the snails. This says patience, divine timing, maturing, and persistence. I don't know, I feel like this is my favorite card. The other day, I was on a walk and the strangest thing happened to me. On this walk, which lasted for about an hour or less, I honestly saw about 50 snails. Like they were just, I don't know what was happening. They were just all traveling wherever. And I literally had to just be careful on the footpath because every few meters or feet, there were just snails everywhere. So when things like that happen, I do like to research the symbology behind it. So with the snail, it was basically like, you know, home is where the heart is because you've got your shell on your back. But also with snails, it's sort of like a call not to rush because obviously snails move, snails pace. So anyway, that was the unboxing ceremony for the, oh my God, did I even say the name? Universal Oracle cards. Okay, so thank you again, Christina. So now we're going to move on to the Wild Unknown Tarot deck. Before I do that, I just want to show you the other two decks that I have by this creator, which is Kim Kranz. These are so popular. Pretty much every tarot reader I know has these. So this is the Animal Spirit. As you can see, the boxes are essentially the same size. And if you want to know what that deck looks like, we've got these cards here. Oh, that's funny. The dragon eye is actually underneath. Beautiful. So yeah, I highly recommend this deck. I'm obsessed with this deck. This is maybe my favorite Oracle deck. Definitely in the top 2 or the top 3. So again, highly recommend. And again, this is not a paid partnership or any kind of promo thing. And this is the other deck that I have by the same creator, which is the Wild Unknown Archetypes. These are such a great investment, especially if you guys are actual tarot readers and you have clients and whatnot. These cards are interesting. They're circular, so that's a disc. So yeah, that's kind of an example of what these ones are like. So yeah, I pull an animal card and one of these cards for myself almost every single day. I cannot actually believe how long it took me to invest in this deck, but you know, it is what it is. So let's see. I just really wanted to prove to you guys that I have not seen these. So, so excited! I actually have another deck as well that I bought, but I'm not going to do that one today. So, oh my God, love the box. Love the box. And, I like this. This says, "May you always be on the inner quest." I have to hand it to Kim. I just love the presentation of this. The book is just so substantial. It's amazing. Okay, so even looking at the book here, we've got the full picture and then the description for each. So, all right, let's get down to business. I'm just like, I'm really wrapped. I hope I really connect with this deck because I have to be honest with you, there's been times where I've bought decks and I'm like, I don't connect with it. Like I actually just don't even feel like I want to use that deck. You know, there's been times where I've given decks away because I'm like, I don't connect with these. But now I'm kind of like, I want to hang on to them because it is nice to have like the collection that I've invested in, but you know, what can I say? You can't like everything that you buy. So this is peppermint tea. I ran out of chamomile, which is my go-to. And yeah, I'm a tea drinker and coffee drinker. Normally I only have 1 coffee a day, but today I had 2, so I'm a little bit like... my first ever job was at a coffee shop. And I was 15 years old and I didn't actually drink coffee at the time. And the woman who ended up hiring me, but she was like awful to work for. She was like, "Why should I hire you? You don't even drink coffee." Anyway, as a result of working at that job, I ended up drinking coffee. And my dad likes to tell this story about how, you know, he could tell the first time I had coffee because I came home one day and I was like talking at a million miles an hour and I was like, so that's why I try to only have 1 coffee a day. Anyway, so this box says, "Welcome to the Wild Unknown Tarot. You'll find no wrongs or rights inside this box, only mirrors for reflection open your mind, draw a card, and have fun on your journey. So I'm going to do a full walkthrough just because the colors are going to show up on this one. So we're going to start off with, let's start off with the Major Arcana. I am somewhat familiar with this deck simply because I have watched a lot of tarot readers use this. So this is the Fool, all right? So we've got a little chicken here, so cute. I am a huge animal lover, so the fact that we've got animals representing each major arcana, I think that that just adds like a whole new dimension or layer to reading, because, you know, you can take what you know about animals, whether these are like fun facts or whether these are, you know, symbolic meanings that you are familiar with, and then you can really just, I suppose, add more depth to the reading that you're giving or the reading that you're doing for yourself. So here we've got the Magician. Okay, so we've got a, oh my gosh, is this a leopard or is this a cheetah? I have to know, so I'm actually going to consult the book. Maybe it's not even going to say. That actually looks like a leopard, which is funny because I just had a dream about a leopard the other day, and I was telling a very good friend of mine about it. And yeah, leopard symbology has been coming up for me, so I feel like this is a message for me. So this is the Magician card. Sorry, let me just try to find the page. Like I said, we're taking our time here. So if you guys are busy and you've got stuff to do, maybe you'll want to pause it and come back to it, because I'm in no rush. I don't have plans today for several hours. Okay, this one is just being described as a wild cat. I'm keen to hear your thoughts. Okay, so comment down below if you think that this is a leopard or a cheetah. The more I look at it, the more I do think it is a leopard. You guys are going to be like, Cailin, it doesn't matter, get over it. Who cares? I care, I really care. So with the High Priestess card, we've got the tiger here, which is beautiful. I am a huge cat person. I had Franklin, my beautiful ragdoll cat, sitting under my O-ring, like the light ring just behind the camera. I'm going to include a photo so that you guys can see. He's moved on now, but what can I say? So we've got the Empress card here. So now we're moving into tree territory. So we've got the Empress and the Emperor, both being represented by trees. So if you're not familiar in the tarot, these two are divine counterparts. So if the Empress and the Empress show up in a reading together, this can indicate, you know, twin soul, divine counterparts, soulmate energy, or two people who are very, very compatible. You know, they're on the same page, they're on the same level. And it's interesting how the Empress is being represented by the crescent moon. So this is divine feminine energy. So nighttime is connected to the moon, whereas the Emperor is connected to male energy or masculine energy, and we've got the sun. So it's like day and night together, which is stunning. Hierophant with the key and lightning going through. So this is beautiful. It is connected, in my opinion, to spiritual knowledge, and it's like having the key to wisdom. And of course, crows or ravens are messengers from the other side. You know, they are very much associated with the occult. So I like that this card is really leaning into the occult, I suppose, interpretation for the Hierophant, whereas other decks can sort of be more about an orthodox approach and religion and routine and structure. So yeah, this is like a very open-minded approach to the Hierophant card, I feel. With the Lovers, okay, we've got these two beautiful birds here. They kind of, I was going to say they look like swans at first, but I'm pretty sure these are geese. Again, if you guys have opinions on what kind of species of bird this is, I'm keen to hear it. I love that we've got the full rainbow here and the two birds in flight. The Lovers card is a Gemini card, so I appreciate that as an air sign, they have chosen to represent the Lovers by using birds, which, you know, obviously connected to the air element. With the Chariot here, we've got a horse, and we've got that crescent moon on the horse's forehead, just on that third eye there. So in astrology, in tarot, the Chariot is associated with Cancer as an astrological sign or archetype. So I feel like this is a nod to that, and also in the traditional tarot, the crescent moon is featured for the Chariot. So, you know, the Chariot card is always about movement. It's always about forward momentum. A lot of decks will have two figures, species, mythical creatures, horses or whatever, pulling that cart forwards, and it's all about balance. But here we've just got that one singular horse. So I feel as though this Chariot is more about one's inner knowing when it comes to that driving force and wanting to move forward, because ultimately, you know, this horse, although it has a pentacle around its neck, it doesn't have reins. You know, no one is steering this horse. So this is a beautiful take on knowing when to halt, knowing when to move on, knowing when to pivot and whatnot. Here we've got the Justice card, which is a bit interesting because we've got usually the 8th card in the major arcana would be the Strength, but they've flipped around the position of Justice and Strength in this deck. So number 8, we've got Justice here, and we've got the 2 cats. So Justice is associated with Libra as an astrological sign. So having those 2 cats mirroring each other, and then we've got like that black and white, and you know, they're obviously same but different, but then we've got that inversion of the black and white here. I mean, I'm a cat person, so I love this, and I love that we've still got that sword, which is paying homage to the original Justice card. So yeah, beautiful imagery so far. Here we've got the Hermit. We've got a tortoise. I love the tortoise in this deck. I mean, I just think that they're really cool animals anyway. So the Hermit card is associated with Virgo energy. So Hermit in general in the major arcana is all about going within and soul searching. And so having that light on top, and this being a red flame where the whole rest of the image is black and white, just goes to show the power of standing still and going within and finding that inner light. So that's just beautiful. With the Wheel of Fortune here, it's an interesting take. I feel like I want to research what exactly this is sort of referring to. Maybe it's almost like a dream catcher, but okay. So we've obviously got a wheel, okay, and then we've got all of these branches and twigs, but it's not like a regular man-made wheel. You know, these are made up of branches and twigs and brambles that are all different shapes and sizes, and then we've got these loose ribbons or threads that are hanging together, and they are all interconnected at the system, but they're not pulled taut. So to me, this is also having that moon there and the owl symbolizing wisdom and knowledge. It's like, and the sun underneath, I might add. It's almost like indicating that the slightest movement will impact how tight or loose these threads are, but you may not notice it for quite some time until it's all sort of coming together. So yeah, it's a beautiful take on this card. Owls are one of my favorite animals, if not my favorite animal. So, you know, anytime I see an owl, I'm like, oh my God. All right. So then we've got the Strength card as the 11th card in this deck. Again, Justice and Strength were, for some reason, you know, placed differently in terms of the ordering. So the Strength card is always a Leo card. Often you'll see like a woman trying to tame a lion or a figure trying to tame a lion. But here, like the Chariot, we've removed the influence of, let's say, humans. And if I'm not wrong, this whole deck will not contain any kind of human figures. So to me, this again also comes down to instincts And because the lion has the infinity symbol on the third eye and a rose in its mouth, this just speaks to the lion's ability to be ferocious and be territorial, but at the same time be gentle as well. You know, lions are not always attacking a lot of the time. They're like sunbaking and chilling and just like knowing their worth. So yeah, I love this card. Obviously, I'm just saying I love everything. It's not like I'm going to love every single card, but hey, you know, so far so good. So this is the Hanged Man. So I've got that bat there with the red eyes. What I appreciate about this is that bats always hang upside down. Okay, so, you know, it's normal to see a bat hanging like this, whereas in a traditional tarot deck, you'd see a figure, man, woman, hanging upside down, where it's like, that's not natural. So this is obviously all about perspective, and with those red eyes gleaming, it's like, and also bats being blind, what I feel this card is highlighting is the fact that, you know, things are not what they seem in terms of perspective. You know, what you are seeing is not the full picture, and you really would have to use those extra senses like what bats have, so incredible hearing, in order to, you know, understand a situation fully. So here we've got the Death card. So we've got a dead bird. Okay, not sure exactly what sort of bird this is meant to be. Yeah, I mean, I've seen scarier death cards. I like a death card that's not too scary, but also like people need to get over being scared about tarot. Like if you're going to get a tarot reading or you're a tarot reader, like, you know, it's just imagery. And if something scares you or triggers you, that is something that, you know, you should really look into. Like, why am I triggered by this? Why is this so scary? Have I been programmed to be scared by this or to be triggered by this? So my tea is going cold almost. Here we've got the Temperance card. Okay, so we've got a stork, which is interesting because I personally would have thought to use a stork in the Empress, which is representative of motherhood or, you know, fertility. But with the Temperance card here and the stork, I suppose this is still relevant in the sense that, you know, storks, or maybe it's a crane. I think it's a crane. Again, let me know what you guys think. But obviously it's got some sort of sack here. I don't know, crane, stork. They're both cranes and storks are associated with fertility. And temperance is also, temperance itself is associated with patience. Okay, so with the birth of anything or the gestation period of anything, obviously it comes down to timing and patience and the moment being ripe. With the Devil, we've got the goat, very fitting. The Devil card is associated with Capricorn energy. Capricorn is the goat. So, yeah. I mean, if you were overly religious, you might find this upside down, was it pentagram? A bit scary, but again, whatever, get over it. With the Tower, simple but effective. Okay, a tree being struck by lightning and being on fire. So this is probably the least scary Tower card that I've ever seen, but like I said, nice and effective. We've got the Star here, beautiful. And the Moon, a crescent moon between two trees. I like that this is represented by a new moon, because the moon card in astrology can represent confusion. So when it is a new moon, you know, everything's shrouded in darkness and we don't really have an understanding of what's going on just yet. Here's the Sun. Beautiful. Judgment. And we've got 4 birds flying in all directions with the 4 corners, which just speaks to freedom, in my opinion. Then we've got Judgment. Okay. Oh, wow. I just noticed that, you know, we've got one bird here and then all these other birds here, which reminds me of one of my favorite ever songs called The Arrival of the Birds. For some reason I can't remember the the composer off the top of my head, but yeah, it's a very meaningful song for me. And then we've got The World, which is interesting because I don't really know what this is. If you guys have opinions or thoughts on what this is, let me know. It kind of looks like a coiled snake. Yeah. Maybe it's my lack of understanding, but I'd say this is my least favorite card of the major arcana. So now let's have a look at the minor arcana. I'm not going to go into as much depth with these ones. So let's start off with the aces. The wands. Why did I call them aces? Oh my God. Let me just separate these. Okay. Ace of Wands. Two of Wands. Three of Wands. I love this. It's sort of like a portal, in my opinion. Four of Wands. I'm not quite as keen on this suit, the Wands. I do love this though, to be fair. The Nine of Wands, which the Nine of Wands, sorry, I beg your pardon. I meant to say the Six of Wands. I have to like retrain myself with Roman numerals, not because I don't know how to read them, but like, you know, your mind just doesn't go there when you're looking at numbers. So it's the Six of Wands, Seven of Wands. And after this, I'm going to cleanse my deck, Eight of Wands. I'm not going to do that on camera just because, you know, that's not the purpose of this. But then I'm going to interview my deck and I'm going to get my deck to interview me. Okay, so probably haven't seen that happen before. I've never watched a video where someone's tarot deck has interviewed them, but it was an idea that just came to me. So hopefully it's an original idea, but you know, it's also a saying that says there's no such thing as an original idea. So maybe I stole that from somewhere by osmosis and I don't even know about it. So this is the Daughter of Wands, which would be the Page of Wands. This is the Son of Wands, which would be the Knight of Wands. I feel like that's going to trip me up a little bit, but we'll see. Then the Mother of Wands, which is the Queen of Wands, and the Father of Wands. Okay, so I mean, I like a lot of these cards, but yeah, I'm not a fan of every single one. You know, can't like everything. So next I'm going to go through the cups. All right, so this is the Ace of Cups. So here we've got like, this is giving me reptilian vibes. The Two of Cups, I do love this. So the Two of Cups is associated with spiritual union, romance, divine partnerships, you know, being in a loving relationship with another person. The Three of Cups, appreciate the birds here. Four of Cups with the rat, interesting. I don't know necessarily how the rat comes into this, but maybe I'm going to have to read the guidebook. Five of Cups with the sad looking horse. Six of Cups, which is a soulmate card in astrology, or, you know, representative of childhood, nostalgic times, etc. Seven Cups, all right, with that cup being upside down, it's about having options, making a choice, sometimes confusion as well. The Eight of Cups with the broken cups, you know, this is all about walking away. The Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, miracles, blessings. And then the Ten of Cups, which is, you know, obviously we've got rainbow imagery here, and this is all about happiness, love, family, wish fulfillment, not wish fulfillment, just like pure joy and emotional fulfillment. Here we've got the Page of Cups with a little duckling. I love the rainbow, the subtle rainbow in the water here. This would be the Knight of Cups with the swan. So it's like we've gone from the swan duckling, the ugly duckling, to proper swan. Actually, I feel like this is like a teenage swan. And then we have the queen, what would be the Queen of Cups, so the Mother of Cups, and the Father of Cups. So I love that we've got the white swan and the black swan here. I really love swans so much. So now let's have a look at the swords. Okay, yeah. So that's the Ace of Swords. Two of Swords, okay, crossroads, decision-making time. Three of Swords, which is typically the heartbreak card in every tarot deck. Four of Swords. Five of Swords. All right, so the Five of Swords is all about, you know, harsh words, winning at all costs, arguments, self-criticism in some instances. So it's almost like this worm has cut itself open. We've got the Six of Swords, okay, which is a card about transition, movement towards better days, especially with that rainbow here. We've got the Seven of Swords with an adorable little fox. So this card is about, can be about deception, sneakiness, holding back, but it can also be about strategy as well, and tactics, and keeping things to yourself for one reason or another. So we can see that this cheeky little fox is holding one sword back, which I think that's what it's trying to represent. So we've got the Eight of Swords here, which is all about feeling trapped and like there's nowhere to go. So this is a butterfly which can't see that there actually is a path forward. Here we've got the Nine of Swords, mildly terrifying. I think this is the most unpleasant card of the deck, but you know, that's tarot for you. You can't like everything. Or maybe it's this one, okay, with a bull with a sword literally going through its eyes. Okay, beautiful, one of my favorites. So this is the Page of Swords. So this card can be all about like communication, watchfulness, stalking someone's social media, communication coming through. Then we've got the Knight of Swords, okay, so delivering a message there. The owl is in flight. Got the Mother of Swords, which would be the Queen. This is giving me Hedwig vibes from Harry Potter. And then we've got the Father of Swords, which is the King of Swords, and this looks like a snowy white owl, and this is like a horntail owl. Shout out to all my owl lovers out there. Okay, now let me finish up with the Ace of Pentacles, and then I'm going to cleanse this deck. Okay, so I love this. I think this is one of my favorite images. This is like a tree trunk being cut open, and we're just seeing, you know, the center of that there being highlighted with the color, and it's like all the rings, each ring representing a year of life, if I'm not wrong. Okay, Two of Pentacles, butterfly. Got the Three of Pentacles, the mountain in the background. Four of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, beautiful. So this card can represent disappointment, despair, financial loss and hardship. But, you know, it's also about understanding that things happen in cycles, and we do have more resources than we even know. So, yeah, interesting symbology. We've got the Six of Pentacles here. Okay. Seven of Pentacles. This kind of reminds me of getting your ducks in a row and just sort of like counting. So this card can sort of represent reviewing one situation, auditing, stock take, and that kind of thing. Nine of Pentacles. I like this with this little spider right in the middle. Sorry, I mean to say Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so this is about being hard at work and mastering one's craft. So we can see that this spider has achieved a beautiful web. Then we've got the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so this is about financial independence and resourcefulness. And it's kind of like these pentacles are sitting in a nest. So it's like we've obtained this financial independence, all these resources for ourselves. Then we've got the Ten of Pentacles card here, which is associated with financial abundance and prosperity. Beautiful little deer. We've got the Page of Pentacles here, or the Daughter of Pentacles. The Son of Pentacles, which would be the Knight of Pentacles in traditional tarot. Here, oh, this reminds me of Bambi. One of the first movies I ever cried in. So this is the Mother of Pentacles, which would be the Queen of Pentacles, and then the Father of Pentacles, which reminds me of the elk from this deck. I was going to try to flip to it, but I'm like, CBF. Okay, so now that we've done the walkthrough, what I'm going to do is cleanse these cards. I'm going to give them a good shuffle. So I'll be back, and then I'm going to interview my deck. So if you've stuck around for this long, good on you. And I'll see you guys in a moment. Okay guys, I'm back. I've cleansed my deck off camera. I have given it a good shuffle. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask my cards if they feel cleansed enough. Okay, and I'm going to see if, you know, it's ready to be interviewed. Okay, cards, are you cleansed enough? Ooh, the Star. All right, that's a clear yes from this card. Okay, I had a bunch of other ones fall out as well, but, you know, slippage. Okay, so the deck is cleansed. Thank you, deck. Now, the first question, I've got a list that I wrote out in advance, and I'm actually going to write the answers down on a blank piece of paper so that I remember. So the first question that I have for my deck is, what is your signifying card? Okay, so this is going to just let me know that when I see this card come up in any given reading, it's like my deck having the final word. It's almost like a veto. It just adds a little extra emphasis, almost like a punctuation mark, an exclamation mark, I mean to say, to whatever question I'm asking. So, deck, what is your signifying card? Okay, amazing. We've got the Sun. You know, you can't make this stuff up. And look, the cards are sticking together, so I'm just pulling the first card that I see. Okay, so this deck has very powerful masculine energy. It has very potent energy. I feel like this deck is, what's the word? I don't know. I feel like I'm going to have a very powerful relationship with this deck. What can I say? So let's see. Who do you like to read for? Okay, we've got the Lovers. All right, and I just felt like keeping the other deck as, I mean, the second card that came out as well. So, so beautiful. I mean, obviously you're seeing me shuffle on camera. Like, how can the Sun and the Lovers come up one after the other? Like, you literally can't make this stuff up. So we've got the Lovers. And because I had the Seven of Pentacles reversed, I'm just writing these down, like I said. It's almost like this deck wants to help people either renew love, discover love, open their heart to love, focus on self-love. So, you know, this deck's going to be very powerful for my relationship readings and any readings where, you know, someone's very connected to their heart space, or they're trying really hard to connect to their heart space. So this is the most important thing that I need to know about this deck. It's the most important thing I need to know. Okay, we've got the Page of Pentacles, which is the Daughter of Pentacles. So we've got this beautiful deer here with the rainbow. I'm just going to write that down. Page of Pentacles. So how I would interpret this is that this deck, with this being the most important thing I need to know about it, this deck is foundational. This deck wants me to understand something fully and properly, and, you know, really manifest things into fruition, because the Pentacles as a suit is associated with earth energy. So this is like bringing ideas to life, bringing one's vision to life. And with the deer interpretation in the animal spirit deck, which, you know, that's the other Kim Cran's deck, this is associated with gentleness and fertility, and also motherhood as well. So with the Page of Pentacles, or the Daughter of Pentacles with this deck, this is all about, you know, being very supportive of whatever it is that we want to manifest into reality. So also I feel like this is a great deck for career as well. My ear's ringing, so that's confirmation, because Pentacles is associated with work, and a Page of Pentacles as an interpretation can be representative of career, getting a new job, or the start of something solid. So now I'm going to ask the deck, how do you think we'll get along? Hopefully well. Oh, what? I got the Devil card. Excuse me. I don't know about that, but I'm shuffling on camera. So with the Devil and this representing how we're going to get along, to me, this indicates that I've got a lot to learn about this deck. I'm going to really have to dig deep beneath the layers to understand my own self-limiting beliefs, my own blockages. It was 444 minutes, just as I said that, even though I'm cutting this in the middle, so it's not going to show up on the YouTube link. But yeah, I'm actually going to pull a clarifier for this about how we're going to get along. We've got the Six of Wands. Okay, and the Six of Wands is a victory card and it represents triumph. So I feel like this deck is actually going to help me to really level up as a reader, and also trust myself more, and not feel as though okay, I just want to tell you a quick story. Yesterday I pulled a card for a friend. He asked me about a certain situation and I pulled the Devil card, and I didn't trust it. Okay, I actually fed the card back into the deck, and I shuffled again. And tarot readers will do this. Sometimes too many cards pop out and you're like, I know that these are not all meant for me. But yeah, I felt that maybe the Devil card was not what I should have, like that I just needed to reshuffle. Anyway, I ended up pulling another card, and the interpretation that I gave was like a very diluted version of what I would have said had I told him about the Devil card. And in the end, the situation went bust. And even though my diluted version of the story, of my reading was still accurate, had I trusted my intuition and gone with my gut, it would have given me a much clearer answer, and I would have gotten from A to B a lot faster. So I'm actually going to journal about this after I finish this reading, because to me this indicates that there's work that I need to do as a reader. So, I have to like cop that on the chin, you know what I mean? But with the Six of Wands here, it's like my deck is still telling me we'll be triumphant, we'll be successful together, but we need to understand how each other works. So now I'm going to see what the deck's strengths are / what topics it feels comfortable discussing. Okay, I got the Lovers again. Guys, I've only pulled 6 cards, and I've had the Lovers come out again. Okay, so given that this is representative of the topics that it likes to discuss and its strengths, this deck is perfect for love readings. This deck is perfect for self-love. Love in all of its forms, unconditional, platonic, family, parent-child relationships, romantic love. This is just so stunning. I'm actually kind of shocked that this has come out twice. So now I'm going to see if there's anything that the deck doesn't like discussing, or what its potential weaknesses are. I'm going to a Christmas party tonight. I need to put together a cheese board. I'm very excited about it. Okay, so we've got the Lion. We've got the Strength card. Okay, so because this has come up as, potential weaknesses, and the lion is such a strong animal in the animal kingdom, I don't know, maybe it's a little bit arrogant of this deck, but I feel like it's saying that it doesn't have any weaknesses, because I'm asking about weaknesses and the card says strength. So this deck is extremely sure of itself, which, we like to see. And as far as topics it doesn't like discussing, let's pull another card and let's see if there's anything. So this says the Tower. All right, so the Tower, to me, maybe some of you will watch this and be like, oh, it doesn't like discussing heavy topics, but I feel like the Tower showing up here is actually saying, you know, we've got strength and the Tower. So this is like, this deck has the strength to cover any topic, you know, any kind of difficult topic. Like there's no stone to be left unturned with this deck, which I love. So now I'm going to ask this deck what it thinks of me as a reader. A bit nervous to see what my deck thinks of me. Okay, I've got the Knight of Pentacles reversed. All right, so, the Sun of Pentacles. I mean, Sun, Knight, we can use it interchangeably. Sun of Pentacles reversed. So to me, I'm going to pull another clarifier because, you know, as a reversal, it's like there is some kind of blockage here that my deck is sensing with myself. So, you know, I like to be honest. I don't want to tell you guys my deck thinks I'm a bloody amazing reader and the best of the best, because there's always room for growth. And this is why it's really fun to interview your own deck, just to see, you know, where are your own limitations. Okay, so why is this card reversed? Okay, wow. So we've got okay, I'm getting it now. We've got the Page of Wands reversed, or the Daughter of Wands reversed. And I've also got the Five of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so the Daughter of Wands, or the Page of Wands, is all about divine timing. And the Five of Pentacles is all about resources. So with the card being, both these cards, all three cards being reversed, I should say, this deck is telling me that I need to trust myself more with the tarot. And you guys may be like, what? But you've been doing this for ages. You seem to trust yourself. Like I do, but obviously there are times where I go, oh, I don't know. I don't know if this is connecting. And so with the Page of Wands reversed, this is like, I need to trust as a reader that the messages that I deliver will be understood in divine timing. Okay, so with the Five of Pentacles being reversed, which is all about resources and disappointment and despair and not understanding what one has available to them. To me, this is like, first of all, I have more intuition available to, like, for myself than what I'm giving myself credit for. But also with the Page of Wands, it's like I need to trust that even if I deliver a message and it doesn't connect with the person at that time, things can unfold gradually, you know, like this snake sort of wrapped around these flowers and around this wand. It's basically saying that, you know, people might watch their reading with me back months later or years later and go, that's what she meant. You know, it's not up to me to decide when someone understands my message and when they don't understand it. Even for myself, you know, when I do my own tarot spreads, I'm just going to write this down. When I do my own tarot spreads, like I journal the shit out of them. And sometimes I'm like, I don't know what this means, but this is what I'm getting. And I'll go back and read my old interpretations, sometimes months later, sometimes like a year later. And I'm like, oh my God. And there's so many different layers that I understand, and they just keep unfolding like waves crashing. It's quite profound. So, you know, obviously I need to take this on the chin and understand that with the Knight of Pentacles, which is the slowest moving knight, or the Sun of Pentacles, it's the slowest moving knight of the tarot. This is like, just because I myself or my client or my friend or whoever I'm reading for hasn't arrived at that destination, it doesn't mean that they're not getting there or that they won't get there. Everything happens in divine timing. So the next question I'm going to ask is how best I can learn with this deck, like learn how to read it. I do have my pot of tea here, and I am hoping that this will still be warm. I mean hot. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, guys. I will let you know. It's all right. Not the best. Okay, so what did I say I'm doing? Okay, how to learn best with this deck. Two cards came out. I got the Strength card reversed, And I got the Father of Wands, which is the King of Wands. So effectively, these are 2 fire cards. So I'm just going to write these down and then I'm going to interpret for you guys. So what I'm feeling with these is that it all comes down to confidence. Okay, so I feel like this is challenging me to go with my gut, which obviously I've been saying, but also trust the first interpretation that comes, because usually, if not always, the first thing that you think of is your intuition. Anything that follows is your ego talking. Now, that doesn't mean that when you're journaling that you're not having these downloads that continue to unfold, but it's just like, this is just how I interpret it. And, you know, I am going to journal about all of these answers off camera. So yeah, that's interesting. Let's see. What are you most excited about with working together? Oh, hang on. I didn't shuffle that properly, but I'm going to trust it because that's what we're doing here. So this is 3 of Pentacles reversed. 3 of Pentacles reversed. So the 3 of Pentacles is all about learning, graduation, upskilling, education, you know, contracts as well. So with it being reversed, it's like this deck is clearly saying to me that we are going to, like, it's going to help me level up as a reader. I mean, I feel like all decks kind of help me with that anyway, but there's something very, very special about this deck. Now, last thing I'm going to ask it is there anything else that I should know about this deck? The Hierophant, oh, 2 cards came out. We have the 2 of Wands and the Hierophant reversed. Okay, so I'm going to write those down, of course. The 2 of Wands is like, what's the action plan to move forward? And 2s can be like decision time as well. With the with the Hierophant being reversed, this is like, there's so much more occult knowledge that this deck wants to teach me. And with that key here being, you know, held between the claws of the crow or the raven, it's like, Cailin, you don't even know how much further you can go with the tarot or with your own intuitive insights and downloads. So, yeah, I feel like this is a really powerful deck. And now, I'm going to do something a little bit different. Like I said earlier, I'm going to get the deck to interview me. So, how I'm going to do this, which, you know, I'm just figuring it out as I go, is whatever card comes up, I'm going to take what I know about that card and interpret it as the deck wants to know my opinion on this subject. So it's not so much going to be necessarily tarot related. Just as an example, if I shuffle the deck and I pull the Lovers card again, I would interpret this as my deck being like, hey, Cailin, what's your opinion on love? So this is almost like a little bit of spiritual guidance for you guys that's coming through, and probably for myself as well. So, okay, first question, deck. What do you want to know about me? Nervous laugh. Why am I nervous with my own deck? It's just like, it's like a first date. Okay. All right, so we've got the 9 of Wands, and that's interesting, the 8 of Wands reversed. I was going to say, clearly I haven't like shuffled them that well, but I mean, there's no mistakes in tarot. I'm going to write these down. 9 of Wands and the 8 of Wands reversed. So let me tell you what I think of this question. So basically, for the 8, which was reversed, to progress to the 9, so we go 8, 9, it's like, how do we get there? Okay, because the 8 was reversed, so this is like where the blockage is, and the 8 of Wands is all about communication coming through. Okay, so it's like you communicating with other people communicating with you. It's about open communication. And then, you know, with this progression to the 9 of Wands, which can represent like some kind of difficult test, it's like, if the question here is, how do we open up about a difficult challenge that we are experiencing? Okay, because the Nine of Wands is like a ladder leading to the moon, leading to this connection to intuition. And with the Eight of Wands reversed, you know, I feel as though this is like when people are going through a difficult time, they just want to close off a lot of the time. You know, we just want to shut off. We don't want to talk about it with other people. But it's almost like here, you know, if you communicate with other people about what the issue is, maybe they can help you to ascend. Maybe they can help you to climb that ladder. Maybe they'll even climb the ladder with you. So there's something here about, you know, not being scared about when you are experiencing a really difficult and trying time to share it with other people, because it's like a problem shared is a problem halved. And even if someone can't like help you in a physical way or a tangible way, just the act of offloading can make your situation seem less scary. Okay, so let's see the next question. What do my cards want to ask me about? I feel like that's a very roundabout way of me realizing what the question was. So thanks for bearing with me if you're still here. Okay, 3 cards. All right, we've got the Fool. Okay, so this is new beginnings, new journey. We've got the 3 of Pentacles, again, reversed. And we've got Judgment reversed. Okay, so the question here is, how do we know that it's time to let go of a situation with Judgment reversed? How do we know that something has run its course and that it's time for this leap of faith or this you know, new birth to come through? And with the 3 of Pentacles, we've got that mountain there with it being reversed. It's like, it's okay to stop climbing the mountain, you know, just because you said you were going to do it. It doesn't mean that you have to continue if the conditions are untenable. Like if you think of someone climbing Mount Everest, sometimes you just get to the base level and that's enough. Other times it's like the conditions are unfavorable, and you know, it's okay to course correct. It's okay to change direction. You know, not that I'm condoning just breaking promises willy-nilly, but you really have to like ask yourself, if you're committed to a certain course of action and you don't want to continue along that anymore, you know, why are you forcing yourself if you can sense that there is a new beginning or a new opportunity that may be better for you? You know, you don't always have to stay the course. So let's just see. What else do my cards want to ask me about? The Chariot, the Star reversed, and the King of Wands reversed. Okay, so Chariot movement, that card was upright. The Star and the Father of Wands, or the King of Wands reversed. All right, so this is actually asking me, I think, about life purpose and passion and inspiration, because the Father of Wands, or the King of Wands, is all about being empowered, being creative. It's a very entrepreneurial energy. And the Star is like, you know, in what areas can you shine? So this question I feel is very connected to, what do you do if you don't know what your life purpose is? Or what do you do if you feel unfulfilled in a creative sense? So with the Chariot, you know, we've got that horse with that crescent moon again. And this is like saying that, you know, you do know, you always know, we know as children, if you look back at your behavior as a child or the things that you were interested in, there will always be a thread, you know. And here, on one level, we can say that this is lightning, but on a different level, we can say that this is the red thread that connects us, and it connects here again in the 4 corners, and we've got that red in the bottom of the star. So it's like, strip it back to basics. What do your instincts tell you? What do you love doing? And also with the Father of Wands energy, or the King of Wands energy, you know, and this is certainly the case for myself as well, if you don't know what your life purpose is, chances are it doesn't exist yet. Okay, so there's no template, there's no blueprint, there's no, you know, person you can watch on YouTube where you're like, that's my dream job, I want to do that. usually there will be this thread. Or, you know, even if you think about the scales with the snake, it's like all the scales make up the whole. So it's like everything is interconnected. Every experience, every scale is just like a little etching of your life, which builds together to make up one whole. Okay, so also I feel like this is guiding me to guide you guys to say that there's something that you can be known for. There's something special. You've got a unique secret source that you haven't discovered yet. Every single fucking person has this. Every person has a talent. Every person has a purpose in life. Not everyone's going to find it, but you have to believe, you have to know that that is true for you. And this was certainly the case for me. You know, it took me years and years to start astrology and tarot, and I loved astrology from the beginning as a child. I would like tell people about their star sign or the star sign of their crush, and I just like came alive when I would talk about that. Even now I'm becoming more animated. And you want to know what's crazy? There's a street like so close to my parents' house, like 100 meters, and it's Aquarius. Can you believe that? And there's like a Gemini street near my parents' house as well. Aquarius, Gemini. Incidentally, Aquarius, the star is the Aquarius card. Okay, so this is like what makes you unique, what makes you special. Can you believe that my whole life I lived next to like an Aquarius street? And I just like, you know, there are these threads, there are these clues throughout your life. You need to really be open to finding your life purpose in order for you to land on it. And it probably won't hit you like a ton of bricks. Okay, you probably, for most people, not for everyone, but you probably won't get the full map, the full download of what you need to do. It's just like these little steps in the right direction, you know, meandering through life and just being led by your own inner horse and what makes you excited and passionate and what makes you come alive. So I'm probably just going to do like 2 or 3 more questions and I'm going to leave it there. If you like this video, please give it a like, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more content, please subscribe to the channel. I'm on Instagram and Facebook and also Telegram. So if you want to follow me there, I am very active on Instagram and Facebook. So also, I've got my 2023 yearly horoscopes available for sale if you want to purchase yours. It's nearly 2 hours each per sign. I wish I kind of said this at the beginning, not, you know, an hour in, but here we are. So, deck, what else do you want to know? We've got the same cards that have come out. One of the same cards. So, we've got the 8 of Wands again. We've got the Ace of Pentacles. And we've got the Father of Swords, which is the King of Swords. Okay, so very clear to me what this is all about. Again, just to recap though, the 8 of Wands is like that fast communication, those quick thoughts and ideas that come through. The Ace of Pentacles was right in the center here, so this is like grounding the question. And then the Father of Swords or the King of Swords is like intellect, strategy, clear communication, speaking from an authentic place and being very objective and rational. And this is sort of like a business card as well. So with the Ace of Pentacles, this is like, this whole spread is, how do I communicate my truth? How do I land on my truth? How do I, you know, actually draw these ideas down or these downloads of information and grow it into something solid, whether this is a relationship, business, whether this is something creative, finances as well, is coming through strongly, material abundance, prosperity. I think that's the key here. What is fascinating, I want you guys to see how these colors are the same, you know, from top to bottom or bottom to top. You know, look at that. I mean, that's quite incredible. And these are not even the same suit. We've got wands and we've got swords. So because these cards are both associated with communication, this is like you have to talk, speak, journal, write, think about what you want in some sort of like cocoon of positivity. There's no room for negativity when you want to manifest something. Same thing goes for bringing a child into the world. That is such a strong message that's coming through. So guys, whatever you want to manifest into your life, you can do it, but there's no room for negativity. There's no room for, that'll never happen to me. I'm not worthy of this opportunity. I'm not smart enough. I'm not intelligent enough. You know, I don't think I would fall pregnant. I don't think anyone will be in love with me. Cut that shit out. Cut it out, guys. You know, I can't be, with like the sword, you need to cut this from your vocabulary. You need to cut this from the thoughts that you think. Even if you think, I mean, you know, it's hard to control your thoughts. Even if you start thinking about things negatively, catch yourself and go, no, nah, Cailin, like don't be thinking that. That's not cool. We're only thinking that when this will happen to me, when this arrives, when I get this new job, when I find love, when I da 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 da. Okay, so very clear message there. All right, this is going to be the last question that I answer my deck. Yeah, let me guys, let me know what you think of this video. It's kind of random, but I hope you like it. Okay, last question. What do you want me to answer? The Devil. Okay. All right. So just to recap, the Devil card came out with how do you think we'll get along, plus the Six of Wands. But obviously this card is asking me about the Devil energy, which is temptation, feeling like we're being chained to something, either overly sexual energy or repressed sexuality. The Devil, you know, because I'm just going off the goat here, the Devil energy is like, you know, how can we trust something? Is this too good to be true? Or am I doing a deal with the devil? Am I committing to something that I know that I don't want to do deep down? So the Devil energy is at play in all of those instances, and it's pretty hard to recognize. In my opinion, just taking what I know about the tarot into consideration, the Devil energy is about believing that you were chained to something, believing that there is no way out, believing that there are forces or powers beyond your control that will keep you chained to a certain situation that you don't want to be in. And of course, Devil energy can also speak to addiction as well. So I am feeling called to talk about addiction now. So actually just going to leave this card here. That's why I put this here and I didn't use it the whole time. You know, addictions are obviously very difficult, I suppose, situations to be in, or to be in, well, if you're dealing with someone who has an addiction, or if you have an addiction yourself. This is about having the understanding that people can get themselves out of a certain situation. I just wanted to say that the topic of addiction is one that is extremely close to my heart. Not something I've dealt with personally, but something that I've witnessed someone very dear to me go through. And I just want you guys to know that you can support from afar, you can support from close by. You know, holding space for someone who is battling addiction is important, but it's also important not to allow your heart to break over and over again and to blame yourself for things that are outside of your control. People have more control over their own circumstances than what you would even believe to be possible. They can also come out the other side. So, you know, my heart goes out to anyone who is either battling an addiction of any kind, or anyone who is watching a friend or a loved one go through the same thing. In saying all this, I'm going to leave some resources in the description box below. And I actually don't want this to be the last question that I touch on. So I'm going to pull another card. I'm going to do one last question. Deck. Let's make it something a little more uplifting. Beautiful. Okay. I've got the Tower reversed and I've got the Ten of Pentacles here. Okay, so the question, I get two questions coming through with this. One is, how do you know when to pull the pin or walk away from a situation, and how do you trust that something's going to come good, you know, out on the other side? And the second one is, actually I forgot it, but I'm sure it's going to come to me. So, yeah, the Tower is all about a weak foundation. Okay, things needing to fall away, things needing to come to an end. When the Tower is reversed, there is so much resistance to this. Okay, this is like, you know, you need to make a change. You know, you need to stop doing something. You need to walk away from a situation, break up with someone, leave your job, you know, relocate from wherever you're currently living. You know, this is about knowing that you are resisting change, and resisting change is what is keeping this one day away from you. You know, the Ten of Pentacles, prosperity, abundance, you know, material wealth, happy families, legacy. Okay, so we need to cut down this wood in order to make a fire. That's just what's coming to me now. So the other thing is, when something is taken from your life, what you think is being taken from your life, just know that somehow this serves your best and highest good, and something beautiful and amazing is going to come through. So this can be someone breaking up with you. This can be you losing your job. This can be you losing your house. So I'm not trying to glorify those things or tell you that they're not awful or terrible or heartbreaking, but just know that there are better days coming for you. You know, if you have just experienced a very difficult blow or a hardship or some kind of loss, I'm telling you, as your tarot reader, as your friend, as your bestie, something beautiful is around the corner. Something so amazing is going to happen to you. Okay, so if you've just gone through something really, really difficult and challenging, first of all, I'm sorry. My heart goes out to you, and I'm sending you healing energy. But, you know, most importantly, I want you to know that there's a blessing that's coming through for you. The time frame that just has come into my mind is 3 months. Okay, so something absolutely beautiful and magical is going to happen to you in 3 months. Okay, so thank you guys for watching this random video. Like I said, if you enjoyed it, please give it a like. If you want to see more content, please hit the subscribe button. If you have any like content ideas that you want to see, and I'm asking about tarot here specifically, drop them in the comment section, because I would love to consider them and, you know, take some of your ideas into account. So have a great day, guys, and I'll see you in my next video.